Alright, what's up everyone, it's me BaRKy and I'm back today with another Rimworld Showcase mod video, and that is the Rimushima Modular Nuclear Power V2 mod. Quite a mouthful. This mod is awesome. As you know, if you've been watching some of my other videos, that I'm a huge fan of both the power and the temperature system in Rimworld. I just love to mess around with them. So this mod is really cool. So let's get started. First of all, the mod added a whole lot of stuff into the power tab, obviously. So we'll go ahead and put on just a control computer and maybe some cooling towers, just to give you guys the gist of how it works. Add that in, and then you can add in these cool cooling pipes, which just look so cool. They really do. And then finally they have the turbine, which is obviously where you get the power from. It just makes steam and then it turns a big turbine. Yeah. Anyways, this is it for the power generation, which I'll show you how it works now. So what we have over here is the reactor core, and the reactor core you can put in rods, like fuel rods made out of uranium. And then you can see over here the fuel rod limit equals 2, etc., stuff like that. And you can add more in or add less in, and then they get added into these little compartments. So I'll go ahead and spawn a few. Over here. Just put that down over there. And we can see what it looks like. So that's set. Okay, we set the limit to 2. And we can go over to the reactor control computer. Now this is really awesome. This is probably like the coolest part of the mod. Look at all this stuff, dude. It's got power and temperature into one. It's so cool. Anyways, what you can see over here is we've got the neutron flux at 0%, which is how far the rods are into the, I don't know how it works, but into the water, I'm guessing. Obviously we're talking about the uranium rods. Yeah. Sorry, I'm no nuclear physicist. Fuck my life. Physicist. Yes, let's wait for some lazy fucking colonists to come and haul. Any day now. That's why. I'm an idiot. Alright, cool. So we're gonna put that in. There's 2 of them currently, so fill them up. Okay, so we set the limit to 2. Now, this is when it gets really cool. I can raise the temperature, which is how much power is generated, or I can put a limit on how far the rods go into the mixture. So if I go ahead and put this up by 5%, you can see immediately the temperature starts rising. I know it's not even 1 degree yet, but you'll see now. Rises up to 60, and you can actually see it update real time on the control computer. Alright, some kind of error. You can actually see it update real time on the computer, which is just so awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and put it at, let's say, 30%. You can see it update there. And then put it a bit more to 50. Now, I'll get into this later, but I cannot just go from 0 to 50% and expect it to go well. It just doesn't work, unfortunately. So suddenly you can see the connected rate goes up, how much power it's generating goes up, but obviously we need to set the temperature higher. So right now it's going back down to 0 because I've set it to 0. But if I set it to say, let's just say 50 degrees, we can see straight away how much power is generated, and it'll stabilize. But yeah, you can see straight away that it stabilizes at 50 degrees, and we've got 500 watts of power, which is about a quarter of a solar generator. Which is pretty cool. Obviously this is just the beginning. But obviously solar generators you can build from the get-go. This is something that takes quite a lot of research. So let's set it to 300 degrees. You can see the temperature go up here. Slowly until it gets into the green. You want to keep your temperature at 300 degrees or less. If it goes over 350, which is this bar over here, it damages the reactor slowly. And from what I can tell, there's no way to manage or view how much damage is being done. So just don't bother with it. So I've set it to 300 degrees. We're putting out 3000 watts of power, which is about almost as much as a geothermal generator, which is 3600. So I'm going to take these out a bit more, 60, 70. You can see the temperature is going to skyrocket up. 400, 500 degrees, 600. No, okay, and then it goes down a bit. I will show you what happens when you raise it from 0 to 100 very quickly. But yeah, now you can see we're at 4500 watts being put out. So we can raise the number of rods. Put that at 4. Hopefully someone comes and does it. Hopefully we don't die straight away. Ooh. Okay, 1400. We might just die right now. And it stabilizes. There we go. Cool. And now we're putting out almost 10,000 watts. Okay, 8,750-ish or so. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. So I'm going to set to 0. And we can put in another 2 when these guys are done, if they can. Set the temperature to 0. Actually, let's just wait a second. Let's just wait a second. Okay. Alright, you go do your thing. There we go. Sorry, I just don't want to die. Like, look at the temperature just go. Seriously. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, it's 2000 watts. Obviously, it's going to go down because we've set the temperature to 0. So it'll go down to 0 watts generated. Put it at 100. Put it at 100, see what it puts out. So at 100, which is 1/3 of what it was before, it's giving us 4,375, which is just 25 short of what it was before. So the more rods, the more power is generated, and it seems to be exponential. So there's that, which is very cool. Very, very cool. Let's set it to 300, see what happens. Whew! 13,000 watts. Insane. But here's the coolest thing, okay. Obviously, you don't really want to set 12 rods in, but let's go for it. But you don't really want to do this. Okay, so set it to 12. It'll be filled up when people wake up, I think. Okay, well, here comes... is he coming? Yeah, okay. You don't really want to do this. It seems to be a bit dangerous. Okay, wait a minute. Fuck. Get back. It even gives you a warning. I love how keen people are, but shit. Alright, fuck. I've made a mistake. How many do we have here? 9. Okay. Put one more in. You gotta micromanage this. This is the most micromanaging you're gonna do in Rimworld with this mod. Seriously. It's the most. So put one more in. Having more cooling towers doesn't affect it, by the way. You need between 1 and 2. It doesn't make any more cooling. So yeah, but we can actually test that out. It's just from what I've seen. Okay, people gotta wake up. Just look at that temperature. Okay, we're gonna see what the temperature spikes to now. Anyways, guys, I'm sorry that this seems like I'm a little kid with this, but it's so cool. It's just so freaking awesome. Go put that in. Someone else do it, please. Did I leave this on? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Okay, let's take a look at the temperature. Okay, so I went to about 600. So now we've got all 12 rods in. You cannot get any more than this in one reactor. Whew, let's go. Set it to 50. Let's take a look at this. Right, so at 50 degrees, it's way more than a geothermal generator. Set it to 300. Let's check it out. 26,000 watts. 26,000. That's like 8 geothermal generators, which is just insane. And just to give you an idea of how long the fuel rods last, every time I click it's going to be 1 month, and you can see at the bottom left the health it has. Twenty-three months to leave it at 4%. After that it goes into the negatives. That's 2 years in game that one of these can last if you're using it just normally, like not past 300, I think, which is just insane, dude. Like you can see it dropping over here, very very slowly. Yeah, it's very cool. So I've got 26,000 watts. Okay, let's set it back to 0. You can press scram to just shut down the thing very quickly. Okay, so it's back down to 3 watts now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the neutron flux up to 100%, and we'll see what happens then. So, as I said, you got to be really, really careful. You got to be really careful when you're controlling this. Okay, so 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Okay, we're gonna see what the limit of one nuclear generator is now. So let's set it to 300 degrees Celsius. and then put it to 600, I think. Yeah, okay, we're gonna put to 600. And then we can see what this is. So 600 is the upper limit of what you can set it. But obviously the reactor can go up to like 2,400. As I've said though, if you go over 350, it damages the reactor very slowly. 75,000 watts. Holy shit. 75,000. Okay, we're gonna set it down to 300 because no one will ever use 75,000. But yeah, that's 20 geothermal generators in a row. Just to give you an idea of how much power that is. It's insane. Anyways, the nice thing about these reactors is it comes with like a sorting system, so I can set different connections to have reactors connect up to each other, which is very, very cool. You can have the coolers work for different reactors, which is so nice. You can have a cooler room, reactor room, and a, just one computer that you can just connect all of them to. So it's very, very cool. Kind of want to show you what it is when the fuel rods run out, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But I will spawn one in later. But now, obviously, what we all want to see, what happens when things go catastrophically wrong. So we're going to set this down to 0. You can see it's going down to 0. There we go, it's at 0%. We're going to see a big explosion. Yeah, this is actually going to screw things up. You can see the radiation poisoning that's going to happen soon. So let's set to 600 degrees. As you can see, 600. I think I need 1% to do that. That's what 1% gave us, 335 degrees. Yeah, this is going to blow. 1% gives you 425, that's crazy. Alright, so let's see what happens when I'm gonna macro it up to 100 quickly. Yeah, alright, see you guys later. So it gives me a warning. It says you better scram, core melt is about to happen, and yeah, it even warns you. There we go. It's kind of a letdown. Was that it? Wait, something's happening. Oh, okay. Alright, cool. Okay. Thanks, dude. Wow, this mod really fucked me. Okay, that was cool, I guess. My own character died, so... You guys can hear that, right? You can hear the Geiger counter. Yeah, so let me show you how radiation sickness works. So you can see radiation sickness at the top. If I take him close to the explosion, you can see it going up. That is seriously irritating noise. Holy shit. Yeah, extreme fatal radiation exposure. So yeah, all these guys are gonna die. I actually need to turn the sound down. It's ridiculous. Alright, I'm sorry if you like the Rimworld sounds, but the mod sound is just crazy. I can still hear it. But yeah, there's the radiation. That's what it looks like. It's over here. Anybody who goes in gets dosed with radiation exposure. So all these people are probably gonna die. Did anyone not get it? Nope. Yes, everyone here is probably gonna die, unfortunately. You can see he died pretty quickly. I had another colonist, BaRKy. He's also dead. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spawn some iodine pills, potassium ones, somewhere here. Potassium iodide. Put that down. Now, obviously, potassium iodide will never save you from radiation on this level. I don't think you can take enough, but luckily we will have one survivor. Price will survive. I don't think anyone else will, so yeah. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear the area. Hopefully removing any any freaking nuclear radiation. But yeah, that's what it is, and that's what these casks are for. You go and fill them up with the spent fuel instead of that happening. That's what happens if you raise it to 100% very quickly. That one explosion, I was like, well, that's quite a letdown, and then everyone died. So just be careful who you call a letdown, because that guy was not happy. I'm just telling all my colonists to take potassium pills. Yeah. Radioactive fallout. Radioactive fallout. Oh god, it actually started an event called radioactive fallout. Terrible. Colonist needs treatment, what's up with him? Like, yeah, all my colonists are bionic. I thought maybe that could help them deal with it. Nope. Anyways, I'm not gonna let that end the video, because there is still quite a few other things that I just want to show off, which is the uranium centrifuge. Blight? Okay. The uranium centrifuge, which is very, very cool. It has fuel. It looks like wood, but it's actually not. It's uranium. And you put it in and you wait. I don't know. I think it's a few days. And then it'll come up with the enriched uranium, which is the fuel you use. Which is very cool. Then you go to the nuclear machining table and you can make the fuel rods. Which take, I think, 10 plasteel and 1 enriched uranium. But you need crafting level of 12. So you can't just let any colonist do it. You have to have someone who's actually a crafter. Which is pretty cool. Besides that, you can make depleted uranium artillery shells, which is very cool. And then one of the coolest parts is that you can make depleted uranium turrets. So, and you can also make it out of metal, which is cool. So Vanadium improved depleted uranium turrets. So depleted uranium is not completely useless. It's actually kind of similar to real life, where they use it in a lot of bullets and stuff like that. The tip will be made out of depleted uranium. So that's very cool. And everyone's gonna die because it's Fallout, which is terrible. I had 2 colonists who were in the initial blast and they just got wiped out. Completely wiped out. But yeah, that's the mod. I did tell you guys that I wanted to make a really big mod video, and this is that video. I've also got Vegetable Garden, which is another huge mod coming up very soon. But this is just insane. I love this mod. I love power and the fuel and the cooling aspect of it, keeping it cool and stuff like that. I tried to make a giant network of nuclear reactors, but I just figured, you know, having one with 4 rods instead of 4 with 1 rod is better. I don't know if I'm wrong or if people don't agree with me, but it seems like that generates more power and is more stable. So yeah, but whatever guys, you go test it out. I'll put the link in the description. You guys can go fuck around with it. I don't care. Hope you all have an amazing day, and ooh, colonist needs treatment. Yeah, dude, you're all gonna die. But yeah, I hope you all have an amazing day, and please leave a comment. I reply to all of you guys. You're all so cool, and you can still hear the fucking Geiger counter. Please. Yeah, my friend, my lover, my friend, everyone died. My friend Henry died. My rival Madams died. Okay. Anyway, see you guys later.